Are you familiar? So the sciencey part of this is like, do you know the company, it's the Neuralink company, the chips in people's brains. So that logo, there's a ton of meaning in that logo. So the logo of it is like it's a straight line and it's a dip down and then a bigger dip up. And I was like, what is that a chart of? And it's asymmetrical. So like the dip down is lower. It's like a smaller dip than it is big, right? And apparently what that logo stems from is something that's called action potential, which is like a measurement of like neurons in the brain, of like how much potential energy gets sent between neurons. And I was like, that's interesting because I think that the same thing happens in life and business is like people who are the most successful, they find like the little things that they do, that those things like have a much bigger potential. They have a much bigger reward, right? Like we all have 24 hours in our day. Why are some people billionaires and some people can barely get by? It's not about the time. It's about what you do in that time, right? I created this chart that basically takes like that action potential principle and puts something between it to show like when you put these things together, right, it creates this, you put these two forces together and it creates this unknown variable, right, that just amplifies everything, right? Like a feedback loop when you put a microphone too close to a speaker, you know? And it's really fascinating to me because that's been like a core principle that I've always operated on in business for my entire career. And I think that's my other motivation for doing things with this audience building is it's like my largest client ever came from somebody that I connected with and did business with through a Facebook group. My largest acquisition came from somebody that I met through somebody else that was just an acquaintance. So like the largest acquisition, one of my best partnerships to date was I did a webinar on ads. A guy attended the webinar. He told everybody in the company about the webinar, unbeknownst to me. One of the high ups in that company was very interested. The owner of that company ended up dying. And when that happened, that guy came to me. I didn't know him from Adam, right? But it came through this connection that was like a really convoluted connection. It was really weird to be able to trace that out because I was like, where'd you come from? And he's actually my business partner, in my equity company to this day. And so it's really funny. It's like what I need more, happy accidents. I need more things that can happen. I'm not a big evolution guy, but I like movies. I love the movie Interstellar. Yeah. And so there's that scene. It's a great movie. So there's that scene in Interstellar where they're by the black hole and they're talking about like that one world that's by the black hole. And they're like, there's just no chance, right? And Anne Hathaway makes a statement. She's like, accidents are the building blocks of evolution. And when you're that close to a black hole, she's like, not enough things can happen to have enough accidents to be able to produce opportunity. And so I'm not an evolution guy personally, but that principle is there is like when you have these connections and these social media and all these, things that are happening and the content that you're putting out, you're creating opportunities for accidents to happen.
Yeah. It's back to that luck surface area concept as well.
Yeah, for sure.
If you want more content like this, make sure you follow because I've got plenty more coming your way. Peace.